was mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And Charles, the Broncos, quite a circuitous route to get to this Super Bowl. They were winners of Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara, you remember, and then didn't make the playoffs the next 3 years, going a combined 20 and 28. But bottom line, here they are back in the big one.
Yeah, and this is their 9th appearance in the said big game. Think about that. Who has more?
Patriots.
Just the Patriots, and we knew that, of course. But they have won it 3 times, twice under John Elway in the late 90s. And you remember, before he won those, people kept saying they couldn't win the big game with him as the quarterback. Well, he won it twice and put that to rest. And then they won Super Bowl 50, and John Elway in their front office, in their organization, for that win.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time, and they are back looking for number 2 just 24 short months later.
Didn't take long, did it? Made it back to the big game, and let's be honest, we're never going to forget that first Super Bowl title. That win over the New England Patriots, the big plays that came out of that, Nick Foles playing quarterback and flinging it all over the place, the Philly special that's turned into a statue outside of their home stadium, the Link. It's absolutely unforgettable. But now they have a chance to add to their Super Bowl collection. They want to hoist one more.
Throwing on 3rd down. Long. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Working from the gun. Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Lott. He's going to look deep down the field, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe when he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick-6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
To throw is Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end Ertz, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever. Shotgun now for Wentz. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a carry for Lindsey. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. Well, now Lindsey lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, Delta.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Love. He'll find Lindsey here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there and stop the offense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. From 13 yards out, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation and a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And now it's second down.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Outside. Solid.
Now Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
The 21 yards there as they convert on third. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. This is Freeman, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd and 9, Wentz swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Go. Ready? Time to get night. Come on. It's 74. Go. Topper!
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 6 yards away. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
11 feet. Hey, Alpha. Number 53.
From the 50, it's Love. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Wentz. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Wentz now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 41, Wentz. He'll hit Jackson complete. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. Third down here. Here's Wentz to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wentz going to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. Boston Scott, his first carry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Von Miller in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving and past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. And it's caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
Eagles first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here we go. Pac-Man. Waiting. Sunday.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
On first down, it's Love. He's got this complete to Hamilton. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards, the final tally. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Lindsey. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Back to throw, Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point from McManus is good. And this is back to a 5-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, it's Freeman. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
46 down, man.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Hey, C6. Look up.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
180, 14, 82, 14.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down.
3rd down and 3 yards to go.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Wentz. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run on first down. Freeman. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Wentz. Goodwin able to haul it in. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, it's Freeman, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Well, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. Third and long. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game. There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed, that's the spark they were looking for.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 4. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Scott. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now wins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Freeman. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now it's Luck. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey, and only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Luck. It got his man complete. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 63 yards. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see